What?
What?
What the hell is this?
Harumph. I didn't get a harumph out of that guy.
Give the governor harumph.
Harumph!
You watch your ass.
I see you shiver with anticipation.
Let the show begin.
Hey everybody, this is David Heretic coming at you with another edition of Reactions, Reviews, and Rants. And tonight... Okay, we're coming back to Soundgarden. Yes, indeed, Soundgarden Fans FEELIN YOU. Come on now. Here we go. This is a request from Unified Code Theory and William. They both want to see me react to this song by Soundgarden called Nothing to Say. Now, have I heard the song before? No. To the best of my knowledge, I have not heard this song before. I did do a reaction to another song called Nothing to Say, but that was from another band, and they were doing a cover of a different band. So, unless that band was doing a cover of a cover of a cover, I don't think anybody would do that. But, to the best of my knowledge, I haven't heard this before. So, that's where we stand. Now, look. There is a possibility that I may have heard this song in passing, and I just don't realize it. So as always, if I start listening to the song and I suddenly go, wait a second, I've heard this song before, I'll let you know.
That's the truth.
You know me, I'm going to be honest with you guys. This was posted by, what? Adiblol? Sure, why not? Adiblol. A-D-I-B-L-O-L. Adiblol. Sure. And the video has 128,774 views. It'll get you there. Other than that, there's really nothing else left to say. Link to the original video will be down below in the description for your viewing pleasure at your leisure. Let's get started. What do you say? Are you ready? Are you ready? Because here we go. All right, here we go. Soundgarden, Nothing to Say, HQ Vinyl. Okay. All right, let's do this.
All right, boy, let's do this.
There's a lot of accidentals in this. That section, there's a lot of accidentals. Not accidents. Hold on. Not accidents, accidentals. Meaning, okay, accidentals. So, what I mean by that is, we're in D minor, right? Okay, so we're in D minor, which means there's one flat, and that would be the B. So, Bs are flat. But I'm hearing some B naturals. I'm hearing some As to A flats. I'm hearing some G to, I believe, G flat. There's a lot of accidentals that are not actually part of the technical by the key signature, but they're thrown in there for the purpose of getting an effect, of getting a certain sound, a certain tone, a certain note out to have the effect on the scale and on the chordal structure that they want. So that's what an accidental is. It's an unplanned, well, it's a planned, it's a planned flat or sharp note that is not within the context of the designated key that they're in. That's what an accidental really comes down to. There's a lot of accidentals in that section. I couldn't even count them. I'll have to hear it again. I'm sure they're gonna probably do it again at some point in the song. I'll see if I can catch it this time. Let's keep going. Time out. I'm digging the bass tone. I think I'm digging the bass tone more than anything else on this song. It's got there is a distortion patch he's using, but it's very light. Like it's there, but it's just enough distortion to give it a little bit of a bite. But other than that, what I love about it is it's not being overdone. I cannot tell you how many times I've heard bass players who discover distortion patches and they just it's the new toy and they just overdo it every time, and I'm like, stop trying to make your bass sound like a guitar, please. That's not how bass is supposed to sound. But when you use a good amount of distortion, like the right amount on a bass, which is really honestly very little, you don't need a whole lot, it sounds fantastic. It really does. It gives it that extra edge, that extra bite. It makes it stand out. And it makes, most importantly, it makes every attack more defined. And I dig that. As long as, like I said, as long as you don't use too much. If you use too much, it sounds muddy. And you can't hear the attacks. All you hear is distortion. And it's too much. Let's finish this out, and then we'll get to the review. Six accidentals. Okay. They're not going to resolve. They're going to leave it hanging on that. Okay. Huh. I don't know about this one. Let me think about it. Let me give this some thought, and I'll see you in the review. We'll talk about it. Well, there you go, folks. That was Soundgarden with Nothing to Say. This was a request from Unified Code Theory and William. Okay. I had to give this one some thought. I did. Before I give my score, I just need to pre-frame all the Soundgarden fans out there, okay? Look, Soundgarden fans, feeling you. Feeling you, all right? I've always said on this channel that I'm going to be honest. I'm going to give my honest opinion. And I am not going to be like all those other reactors out there who love every single thing they hear. That is actually impossible. There is no possible way that you're going to love every single song you hear from every single band. There's just no possible way for that to happen, honestly. So, there are going to be songs from Soundgarden that I really like. Hell, there are going to be songs from Soundgarden that I love, and there have been. There's also going to be songs from Soundgarden I'm not a big fan of, and there's going to be some songs from Soundgarden I can't stand. That's reality, okay? Now, it's just my opinion. Now, look, if you're going to take my opinion as the gospel, that's a problem. Don't take my opinion as the gospel. I'm just telling you guys what I think and what I feel, okay? You might not agree with me. You may feel completely different, and that is fine. That's the beautiful thing about music. It's open to interpretation, and it's open to people's tastes. Not everybody is going to like, paintings from Monet. Not everyone's going to like that, There are going to be people who think he's a genius. And there's going to be people who are going to look at it and go, I don't get it. Look, it's all open to interpretation. So when I give my score here, I really hope you guys give me a chance to explain how I came to this score. You'll see that I came to this score fairly. And hopefully nobody will come after me with pitchforks and torches.
A riot is an ugly thing. And once you get one started, there is little chance of stopping it, short of bloodshed.
All right, on a scale of 1 to 10, I'm going to give that song a 6.4. Yep, 6.4. I feel good about that score. Let me tell you why.
Why?
Okay, first of all, I get the feeling, two things. One, I get the feeling this is a very early Soundgarden song. Secondly, I get the feeling this is kind of a deep cut. I don't think this was one of their bigger hits. That's just the impression I'm getting. It feels like it's a little experimental, like this was like maybe their first album and they were trying to kind of get their feet under them and trying to figure out who they are and what type of a sound they're going for. And that's very typical of first albums. Whenever you have a band who records their first album, you're going to hear a mishmash of different kinds of songs. And what that does is the band puts that album out, right? And you'll get a lot of feedback from a lot of listeners, and they're going to say, I really dug this song, and this song. And other people are going to say, well, I dug this song, and this song. Then you get the other guy that goes, well, I really dug this song, and this song, but I couldn't stand this song. They take all that feedback, and they kind of get a feel as to what the audience is looking for. On top of that, after recording that album, they're going to listen to it themselves, and they're going to go, we need to be able to identify our sound. We need to be able to define our sound. And out of these 8, 10, 12 songs, whatever the case may be, or it could have been an EP, maybe these 3, 4, or 5 songs, we're going to figure out what direction we're going to go from here on out. So I kind of get the feeling that this is one of those songs that kind of gave them an idea, but not really define their song. They're not their song, their sound. It pointed them in the right direction, but it wasn't like the end product. You know what I mean? So I get the feeling this was a very early song, and I get the feeling that this was one of those songs where they were using it to kind of get an idea to where they wanted to go, which made this kind of a deep cut. I could be completely wrong about that. Look, this could have been one of their biggest hits, and I don't hear it, you know? I can appreciate the thought that went into the songwriting, especially in that, for lack of a better word, chorus, where they had all of those accidentals in there. And I counted on the second one, I was able to count. There were 6 accidentals done. 6 accidentals done within a period of about 2 measures That's a lot of accidentals. And the thing is, it didn't sound bad. Like, you would think putting that many accidentals in would just create a mishmash. It would just create a absolute cacophony of sound. But at the same time, it all went together well. And I think part of the reason why it went together so well is they were all the musical instruments, the bass and the guitar, they were both in unison. They were both playing those notes in unison. If it had been just guitar doing those, while bass covered, the low end and just, covered the bass notes, I don't think it would have worked as well. But because they were playing in unison, they were playing the notes together, I think that helped kind of unify and solidify the sound. That was really interesting to hear. I gotta be honest, that was a nice touch. The first time I heard it, I was like, okay, that's kind of cool, but I don't know if it's all that impressive. The second time I heard it, I was like, yeah, actually, that is very impressive. It's cool how they did it. I dug the bass tone on this. I think that was probably the most impressive thing to me, was the bass tone. The fact that he wasn't using too much distortion. He got just the right amount to get a good amount of bite for the attack, so you could hear every single attack being done by the bass, which was really nice. The guitar tone on this was nice. It was not muddy. It sounded clear. A lot of sustained chords, a lot of sustained chord work, mixed in with some melodic lines, like soloistic style lines, which was nice, but mostly chordal work, which is good. The drumming on this, very fitting for the song, really kind of set the mood and tone for the song. Chris Cornell's vocals on this. Now, I know I'm probably going to get some boos from the peanut gallery when I say this. It was good. It was really good, but it was not by any stretch the best I've heard from him. Not by any stretch. A lot of experimentation on his part. A lot of sounds as opposed to singing, which, fit the song, but is that impressive? No, it's not impressive, but it was cool to hear it. As far as what he sang, like I said, it sounded really good. It sounded really good, but I've heard a lot better from him. I've heard a lot stronger from him. Like I said, I get the feeling this is early Soundgarden. They were still kind of trying to get their feet under them and figure out the direction they wanted to go with the band from that point forward. And that's going to happen. Like I said, not every song is going to be a hit. Not every song is going to resonate with me. Not every song is going to be enjoyed by me. Now, do I think this is a bad song? No. Not by any stretch. This was not a bad song. If this was a bad song, I'd be putting this down in the 2s and 3s. That's where it gets bad. I'm giving this a 6.4, which by definition is pretty good, okay? For a early song, an early cut, a deep cut nonetheless, on top of it, it was a pretty good job. It was. And that's a big compliment for a first time out. Look, very, very rarely are you going to have a band come out, put out their first album and have it be a home run. It's rare, okay? You're not usually going to have a home run until your sophomore or junior album. That's the usual. I know of bands that have put out 5, 6, 7 albums and they don't have a hit album until they put out, the 5th or 6th album. Then all of a sudden they're a hit. So to have a freshman album come out, your first album, whether it be a full LP or an EP, doesn't matter. It's rare to have that album be huge. It's very rare. So, as far as the song goes, like I said, I'm giving it a 6.4. I feel that is the score it deserves. It's a pretty good song. There's some good things happening in there. Is it the best song I've heard from them? Honestly, no, it's not. And I hope people can understand that. And I hope the fanboys understand that not every song can be in the 9s. It's just not possible. So, you're going to have some 8s, you're going to have some 7s, you're going to have some 6s, you're going to have some 5s. You're going to have some 4s and 3s too. So, this is a 6.4 though. So, I feel that is a fair score. It's the score the song deserves. That is where we're at, and that is where we're going to stay. 6.4, final score, I have spoken. Well, that's going to do it for this edition of Reactions, Reviews, and Rants. Hope you all enjoyed the show. Hopefully, I was able to entertain you. If I was able to put a smile on your face and brighten your day, then I did my job, and I'm so glad I could do it. If you did enjoy the show, and you would like to see more videos like this, feel free to join the fan base by clicking on that button down there. Yeah, you know the button I'm talking about. Click on that button, join the fan base, and become one of us. Now, for whatever reason, if you don't feel like clicking on that button, that's okay. I still respect you. Also, if you did enjoy the video, please feel free to give the video a thumbs up. It'll do me a world of good, and it will do you absolutely no harm whatsoever. Finally, if you guys do join the fan base, you will find a bell down there that you can click on. By clicking on that bell, it'll keep you up to date on everything happening with this channel, including when new content gets dropped. So, if you want to stay in the know, click on the bell, and you'll stay in the know. Well, that's going to do it for tonight, folks. Until next time, this is David Heretic signing off, reminding you to stay fabulous and support each other. Later. Peace.